few weeks ago, something strange happened to me, and I have a feeling it isn't over yet. I live on the edge of a quiet, nature filled suburb. Lots of trees, birds, and wildlife. One side of my house borders a small wooded patch, not big enough to be called a forest, but large enough to give you that eerie feeling when the wind rustles through the leaves. Just beyond that patch of woods is a road, and across that road lies a huge body of water surrounded by tall fences plastered with no trespassing and government property signs. Growing up, I always thought it was a reservoir, but strangely, it has no name on Google Maps or Apple Maps. That alone always made me curious, though I never found any information about it no matter how many times I searched. I'm on my school's varsity cross-country team, so I often run through that wooded area. It's a perfect 2-mile loop that passes by the road near the water and circles back to my house. Peaceful and safer than my twisty, sidewalkless neighbourhood. One evening, after a long run, I heard something moving behind me in the woods. I brushed it off as an animal and went home. That night, a massive thunderstorm rolled in, and as always, I left my bedroom window open to enjoy the sound of rain. But as I was drifting off to sleep, I heard something else, soft, human-like sobbing beneath my window. Over the rain, a faint female voice called out, "Can you help me?" I'm cold. I jumped out of bed, heart racing, and ran outside without thinking. The rain soaked me instantly, but I didn't care. Someone needed help. When I turned the corner to my bedroom window, I saw her, a woman crouched beneath a small overhang, dressed in a white gown or dress, trembling. I asked if she was okay, but before I could take another step, she suddenly sprang up and charged toward me. For a split second, I froze, but then halfway to me, she stopped, turned, and bolted toward the woods barefoot, running faster than I thought humanly possible. I stood there, shocked and dripping, before running inside to wake my dad. We locked every door and window and debated calling the police, but the storm was too intense and we figured she'd be long gone. We decided to deal with it in the morning. Days passed quietly and we convinced ourselves it had been a homeless woman or someone having a breakdown. But then, a week later, during one of my usual runs, I saw movement by the fenced reservoir. When I looked closer, I froze. The same woman was sitting at the water's edge, her feet in the water. Somehow she was inside the fenced area, even though there's no opening anywhere. She turned her head, locking eyes with me, and smiled. A wide, unnatural grin that made my blood run cold. She ran straight to the fence, pressing her face against the chain link, still smiling. I yelled that I was calling the police, and the moment I said that, she dove into the water without hesitation and vanished beneath the surface. I called 911 immediately, but by the time officers arrived, she was gone. They searched the area but found nothing and told me to go about my day as usual. Since then, I haven't seen her again, but almost every night I hear faint movements outside my window, not crying this time, just soft, deliberate sounds, like someone pacing. I haven't been able to sleep well or go running since. I keep wondering how she got behind that fence, and a part of me can't shake the feeling that she's still watching me, waiting.